Michigan State on a bit of a roll. Michigan State is moving on.
Has reinstated the magic at Michigan State.
And the Spartans are making their run.
They've climbed them up.
Michigan State is going to be something else.
What makes March Madness the greatest sporting event in the American calendar?
Those damn upsets, you know. I really believe that it is because David and Goliath, you know, it really can happen right in front of your eyes.
And it is on, folks. Middle Tennessee, a 15 seed, is going to take down the Michigan State Spartans.
And I think people enjoy that, at least the first weekend. You know, coaches don't, but people do. And then, you know, just the thought of, you know, 68 teams trying to accomplish one goal is pretty cool. I mean, football's doing a good job in other sports, but not many have 68 teams that actually, it's been proven, have a legitimate chance. That's what makes college basketball March Madness special.
Third all-time winningest coach in Big Ten history.
Mopeet to Bell, Flint to Flint, and one.
Michigan State is moving on. Michigan State is back in the Final Four.
You've been all over the map from, you know, top seeds multiple times to somewhere from, you know, a seed that could be like a 5 or something like that.
Or 7 one time. So you're right. It's not an insult. In fact, I look at it both ways. You know, it shows you how crazy the tournament is. We've got there as a 7 seed. We've got there as a 1 seed. We've not gotten there as a 1 seed. The parity right now in the NCAA tournament is so good. I just think until last year, if you were a 1 seed, you 99.9% of the time got out. And, you know, with Virginia losing, and I don't want to bring that up because he did such a masterful job of handling that tough situation, but there's no safe place anymore.
How do you tackle sort of the bracket when you get it on Selection Sunday and you see where you're seated?
You know, we do have a system, and the system is usually if we're playing Friday and Monday and Tuesday, you're working on the 3 teams, you know, the one you're going to play and the 2 you couldn't. Last year was a monkey wrench because Syracuse was a playing game and didn't play until Wednesday, so Syracuse screwed up my whole preparation, so that's my good excuse for last year. But I learned something from Mike Krzyzewski a long time ago. You know, when you get good enough to not just get in the tournament, you got to win the weekend to move on. So even though it seems like you're looking ahead, it's what you got to do if you plan on advancing in this tournament.
You know, the last couple of Final Fours, it's been dominated by experienced teams. You know, Carolina 2 the last 3 years, Villanova 2 the last 3 years, Gonzaga, Michigan. There's a trend here that you've got to have veteran experienced players. You, for the most part, have had that at Michigan State. How do you read it?
Well, I read it right on the money, and that's been that way since 2000 that I know of, and maybe even earlier. But you know, there's one of those great years where Kentucky had, you know, everybody but Will Chamberlain playing, and so, you know, they won one. But even them, you know, and Duke, you look at the number of times they've gotten back in the last 10 years since we're into this one-and-done world, and experience does matter. Experience sometimes wins out over talent. You can't just have experience and no talent, but you can't just have a lot of talent and no experience. I think it's the way it is. Pro ball, college ball, high school ball. Experience is a key.
So you won in 2000. Very difficult to win a national championship. How difficult has it been to climb back up that mountain?
You know, I think we've been there 7 times since '99, which is more than anybody to get to a Final Four, but disappointed in myself that we haven't been able to win another one. I think it does tell you how difficult it is, and you know, it's only John Wooden that just kind of seemed to win them every year. But since then, you know, Mike's done a pretty good job. Jay Wright has had a good run lately, and it's just hard to get back, and it's hard to win back-to-back. I think it's more difficult than it even used to be.